Hi everyone! Today we will talk about 3 easy ways to propagate Monstera. If your Monstera is getting too tall, too wide, and honestly too much for your space, you don't have to struggle to keep it as one giant plant. You can actually cut it up and turn one Monstera into several smaller plants. It's a great way to keep things manageable indoors, and as a bonus, you can share cuttings with friends, or even sell a few and make some extra pocket money. Monstera handles cutting surprisingly well. Even after you cut it, the base and the middle sections can push out new growth again. In this video, I'll show you 3 easy and reliable ways to propagate Monstera: water propagation, soil or moss propagation, and aerial layering. Let's start with the simplest one, water propagation. This is usually the first method people try, simply because it's easy and very forgiving. You take a cutting with a visible node, place just that node into water, and keep the leaf out of the water. Then you mostly just let it be. What I like about water propagation is that everything is visible. You can actually watch the roots grow, which makes it great if you're propagating for the first time. It's also a really convenient option if you're planning to share cuttings with friends or pass them on once they're rooted. Just one thing to keep in mind: roots grown in water are a bit softer. When you move the plant into soil later, give it some time to adjust and don't rush it. The second method is soil or moss propagation, and in many cases, this simply means skipping water propagation altogether. This works especially well if your Monstera has already started growing roots along a moss pole. When you take the cutting, let the cut-in dry out for a bit, or apply a wound sealant if you prefer. After that, the cutting can go straight into a chunky, well-draining soil mix. Water it thoroughly, and then just give it time to settle in. This method is simple, efficient, and makes a lot of sense for mature indoor Monsteras that are already climbing. The third method is aerial layering, and the main reason to choose it is speed. Compared to taking a cutting and rooting it from scratch, aerial layering lets roots form while the plant is still growing. You make a partial cut just below a node. Keep that cut slightly open, usually with a small piece of plastic. Because the stem stays attached to the main plant, it continues receiving water and nutrients the entire time. That's why this method is often faster and more predictable than other options. Once you see a healthy amount of roots in the moss, you can cut it off and pot it up. Once you cut it off, you have a couple of options. If the roots are already well developed, you can plant it straight into soil and give it a deep watering. If the roots are still on the lighter side, starting it in water first also works perfectly fine. There's no single correct choice here. Both approaches are very forgiving. Overall, these are all propagation methods that are hard to mess up. So take your time, choose the one that fits your plant, and good luck. I hope all your cuttings grow beautifully.